I'm going to help you with number 1, and then I'm going to, I think, and then we can go through number 2. Okay, let's go. So number 1, we've got a binomial times a trinomial. And when we have that, we need to multiply everything in our first bracket by everything in our second bracket. So x times x, x times 3, x times negative 2y. And that's going to give us x times x, which is x squared, x times 3, which is 3x, x times negative 2y, which is negative 2xy. That's our first part. Okay, next part, we need to take this negative 2 and we need to multiply it into everything. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and negative 2 times negative 2y is positive 4y. Once we've done that, we want to find our like terms. Now, x squared is all alone. X squared doesn't have any friends in this question. Then we've got 3x minus 2x, which just gives us 1x. Okay, I'm trying to do these in color so you can see. And then we've got 2xy, nothing fancy, no friend here. And then we've got minus 6, also no friend, and plus 4y, also no friend. And so that is what we land up with. X squared plus x minus 2y minus 6 plus 4y. Who landed up getting that one correct? Let me know. Either unmute yourselves and chat to me, or let me know in the comments. Who got that one correct? Or who did we? Kamba, did you get it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Nice. Beautiful. Almost. Okay. Sebo, do you know where you went wrong? Ah, another correct. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, you put two. Oh no, 2yx is fine. If you wrote yx and not xy, it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Signs. Okay. Just always remember signs, numbers, variables. Those are our friends in algebra. Okay. Question 2. I think I had a volunteer for question 2. Mr. Shongwe, do you remember who our volunteer was?
Let me see. Question 2, it was Tafito or Chifiwa.
Can you take it away for us? Hello.
So, ma'am, for question 2, I distributed the negative 2 into the first bracket.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, you've got the F.
Yeah.
Ma'am, and then I left the last bracket as it was.
Okay. I like this so far, but what's missing?
The brackets for the first, the negative 2.
Well done.
Beautiful. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Next step.
Ma'am, then I foiled them. I foiled the negative 2x with the x squared minus x minus 2, and then I did the same with the 2x, the 2 into the x squared minus x minus 1.
Okay, so tell me what numbers you got for that next line.
I got 2x cubed.
2. Or negative 2.
Oh, negative 2. Sorry.
Ah, okay. Okay, and I like
negative
the x cubed. Beautiful. Next.
Plus 2x squared.
Good.
Plus 2x.
Good.
Plus 2x squared.
Yes.
Minus negative 2x.
Yeah.
Minus 2.
Yes. Okay. Last step. We've just got to do our like terms here. So what's my final answer going to look like?
It's going to be negative 2x cubed
Yeah.
plus 4x squared minus 2.
Beautiful. Do you see how these two cancel from each other? Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nice job, guys. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Cool. Okay, so that is just a quick summary of the algebra that we have done so far. And now we are going to dive into factorization. So those of you who liked factorization, this is going to be a very nice day for you. Those of you who did not like factorization are probably not going to have a fun hour, but we're going to try and make it as enjoyable as possible. We're going to try and see what we remember. So I'm going to help you with like these first two questions. I'm going to do example 1 and example 2 with you, and then I'm going to let you do an example 3 and an example 4. Okay. So the first thing with grade 9 factorization, the very first thing that we learned, and we learned them together. So I know some of you are new and you weren't with us last year, but those of you who were with Watobe last year, we definitely did factorization together. So I'm hoping some of it is still there. But the first thing we learned with grade 9 factorization is taking out a highest common factor, or we just say HCF. So taking out the highest common factor. And that's saying we're looking for something that's going to go into both terms. Basically, we're looking for a number that can go into both terms, or a variable that can go into both terms, or both. So if I have a look at 2a plus 6, what number can go into 2 that can also go into 6? What number?
2.
2, yes. Okay, so we take that 2 out and we open brackets. Now, if I have 2 terms up here, that's 1 term, 2 terms, then I need to have 2 terms in my bracket. Okay, and so the first one I'm saying, well, 2a divided by 2 gives me a, and 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. And remember, the cool thing with factorization is we can always check our answers because we can re-multiply it, like with distribution, and we should be able to get back to our original question. So we're always able to check if we were right or if we are wrong, which is the great thing about factorization. Okay, so let's have a look at the second one over here. Hopefully this is bringing back some memories. What number can go into 9a and can also go into 24?
3.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. If I take a 3 out, what's going to be inside those brackets over there?
3a minus
I think I lost you there at the end, but I think you said 8, which would be right. So we're going to have 3a minus 8. Remember, if we're wanting to check our answers, we absolutely can. We can say 3 times 3a, which gives us 9a, 3 times negative 8, which gives us negative 24. Okay. Is this bringing back memories? Do we remember this? Are we enjoying this?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay.
No,
No.
I'm not
Why?
a fan of factorization, ma'am.
Okay, but we like these 2 questions.
Yeah.
That did not sound optimistic. A peewee, yes, I like it. Okay. I want you guys to try a 3 and 4 for me. I'm bringing in, good, I'm glad you're already doing it in class. That's awesome. I've brought in some variables now, just to keep things spicy. I'd like you to give example 3 and example 4 a try. And if you're feeling good with your answer, let me know in the comments which one you would like to talk us through.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can I try example 3?
Yes, you know it when I love you trying. Tell me what I can write for example 3.
The highest common factor I got was 5x,
Beautiful.
and then open bracket, I put another x
Good.
minus 2.
Good. Well done. Oh, don't worry if
Ma'am.
you lost marks. Remember, small tests during the term, they all add up to like a big test at the end of the term, and that's what we're working towards to make sure you're fine with. Yes, I heard ma'am. Who is talking to me?
Can I try example 4?
Yes, can I just quickly talk one thing about example 3 and then it's all yours for example 4. When we're looking at a question like example 3 and we're struggling with with how to figure out what to do, the thing that we start with is we look at the numbers. So if I have a 5 and a 10, I look at what number can go into both of those, and I can see a 5. Then I look at my variables, and I've got an x squared and an x, and we always put the smallest one. So the one that doesn't, like, has the lowest exponent, that's the one that we want to do. Okay. All right. My volunteer for 4, it's all yours.
Ma'am, the common factor I got was 3x.
Okay, I'm going to take it out, but I'm going to show you something now, but keep on going.
Then 12x plus 15.
Okay, so your x is beautiful, but the problem is if we look at these numbers here, is there a number that could still go into 12 and 15?
Yes, ma'am. 3, ma'am.
Yeah, so that means I didn't take out my highest common factor. I took out a factor, but not my highest one. So what do you think the highest common factor would be?
Ew, ma'am. 6.
No,
Oh.
6. No,
4.
4.
9.
Yes, there we go. We got there. So we're going to have 9x, and then we would be left with 4x plus 5.
Okay, ma'am.
So that was, you took out a factor, just not the highest common factor. Nice. Okay, that is our highest common factor examples. Hopefully this has dipped your toe in a little bit. We are now going to look at our highest common brackets. Okay, so highest common brackets is very similar to a highest common factor. Uzi, do you have a question? Nope. Oh, sure, I can definitely go back. Sorry, don't want to rush you guys at all. Sure. Okay. Highest common bracket is very similar to highest common factor, but instead of taking out a number and a variable, we land up taking out an entire bracket. Okay, now we can do this when we have more than one term. So like here, I've got 2 terms. It's okay, Kansani. So I've got 2 terms, and I'm wanting to see, do I have a bracket that is exactly the same? So the bracket has to be identical. Be identical in both terms. And if we do, we can take it out as a highest common factor. So I'm going to take out x plus 1 as my highest common factor. And if I take that out, a nice little trick to make it easier for yourself is when you take it out, just cross them off. And then what am I left with? I'm left with a 3, and I'm left with a minus 2y. Are we remembering this?
Yes.
Okay. Owami, have I still got you? Are you still here? Have you checked out?
Yes, no, I'm still here.
Okay. I was worried because you hate factorization, so I thought you would have left me.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, so example 2, we're going to look at it again. Now, again, we're saying, well, we've got 2 terms. Have we got an identical bracket? We absolutely do. We've got a minus 4 in both of them. Okay. Now, this one is a bit sneaky because there isn't a number or anything there. But remember, if there's no number, we can just put a 1. We can like put a secret 1. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing. We take out our common bracket. That's the same in both. So we take out our a minus 4. And then we cross them off. Sorry, guys, my pen's having a bit of a temper tantrum today. We cross them off and we see what are we left with? We're left with a 2b plus 1. And that would be our final answer here. Okay. Do you feel like you can try example 3 and 4? Give them a try. And remember, if you're struggling, just let us know. Ask for help. We're here to help. Don't panic. Those of you who are late, don't stress. We just started going over some grade 9 factorization.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
May I try 3?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, you may. Yes, you
Over
may.
or me.
Okay. Tell me what you think I should do.
Well, so you what do you do? You take the same brackets. Yeah, también.
Yeah, keep on going.
Yes, so we have x plus 7 close bracket. And then the other bracket we have 1 minus 2y.
Yes. I'm never listening to you again when you tell me you hate something. Yeah. If you guys are feeling a little bit confused or you feel like I'm going a little bit fast and you just need some help, just send a direct message through to Mr. Shongwe. So his name should be at the top of your lists by participants if you have a look there. And just send him a direct message and he'll happily help, just so that he can help while I'm talking to you guys. Okay. Okay, example 4. I'm going to just do one thing with example 4 to make it a little bit easier for you to see what to do. And then I'm going to let you go rogue with it. So example 4, all I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite that. Okay. And I'm just going to give you one more minute. To try. No takers for question 4. Yeah. I didn't think it was that mean.
Do they all cancel out?
No.
One is left because the other one doesn't have another x minus 3.
Sort of, but also no. Okay, so if we have a look, let's break these up. So that's one term and that's one term, right? So we want to find which bracket is common in both of our terms. So it doesn't matter which one I choose, but I can only choose one, which is common in both of them. And when I've chosen that common one, I write it on the outside. Okay, so it's those two over there. So then what am I left with? What have I not put outside? What has not been highlighted that I've moved?
X minus 3 with a bracket and minus 2.
Yes, x minus 3 in a bracket and then minus 2. Excellent. I'm left with this dude and I'm left with that dude. And then I can just simplify that. So I'm going to have x minus 3 and negative 3 minus 2 gives me x minus 5. Ah, Tanashi got it. Excellent. Woo. Good work. Okay. I'm just muting you guys when you're not talking. Don't panic. I'm not trying to silence you. I love it when you talk, but I just so that there's not like background noise when we're going through questions. But if you want to answer a question, definitely unmute yourself and then chat to us. So don't feel like I'm kicking you off if I'm unmuting you. Okay. Okay, so that was example 3 and 4. We are now going to jump on to some switcheroos. I know we're going through. Yeah.
Could you please explain example 4 again?
Sure. Okay. In example 4, the only difference is that instead of having a number, in front of our bracket. We've got two brackets and they just happen to be the same as each other. So this is one term and this is one term. And we're looking for something that is common in both of those terms. And in our case, we can see that x minus 3 is common in both of them. I can't take more than one. I can only take one from each term. Okay. We do what we've been doing for all of them. So like here, we had the x plus 7 and the x plus 7. We do that exact same thing. So we're taking our x minus 3 out from both of our terms. And then we write what we have left. So we've got this x minus 3 and we've got this minus 2. Those are the things that we hadn't highlighted that we didn't use. So we've got x minus 3 and then we've got our minus 2. And then I can just simplify this a little bit inside my square brackets because I've got like terms. I've got the negative 3 and the negative 2. And so I'm just left with x minus 3. And then inside this bracket, I'm going to have x minus 5. Okay. Remember with factorization, it comes with practice. So the more you do, the more comfortable you will get with them. And that's the important thing to just keep in mind.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, but how did you get to 5? Like, I still don't understand.
So the 5 came from having negative 3 minus 2. That gave me my negative 5.
So basically we're adding in the, like, but wait. When you have a bracket, aren't you supposed to times or something?
Only if there was like a number exactly in front of the brackets. But I didn't even need to write that in brackets. I could have just written x minus 3 minus 2. So it didn't need to be in its own brackets. And then it might be easier for you to see that we have these two numbers that we can add.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the brackets were confusing me.
Well, the brackets messing with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It's okay. Okay, let's jump into switcheroos. Switcheroos is using the same concept. So switcheroos is when we have two brackets which are very, very similar, but they are the wrong way round. So you'll have, sorry, let's just, I don't know what's going on there. You have x minus 1 over here, and then in the second bracket, you've got 1 minus x. So they're very similar, but they are a little bit different. Who remembers what we do in a switcheroo?
You put a
We
negative
changed the
1.
sign, ma'am.
Somebody else's at the same time. Yes, we change the sign and we flip the brackets. We flip that second term over there. Remember with switcheroos, the most important thing is we can only do it when we have a negative sign in that bracket. We can't do switcheroos with positives. Okay, so let's have a look. We keep everything the same. We change the sign and we flip around or switch around the fraction. Okay, so all that's happened here, I'm just going to write a little note down for anyone who's struggling, is all we did was we changed the sign and then we switched the terms. Okay, I'm just going to put a secret 1 over here to help us when we factorize. Now we have a highest common bracket situation. So we say, well, we've got x minus 1 and x minus 1. So we take x minus 1 out as our highest common bracket, and I'm left with 2x minus 1. And that's my final answer. Okay. Try example 2 for me, please. Try and follow the steps we did in example 1.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
Yes.
may I try example 2?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
What's
So
my first line going to look like?
it's gonna look like 3m open bracket n minus 4. Then we have minus 2.
Yeah.
Then we have open bracket, and we have n minus 4.
Yes, we did a switcheroo. We changed that to a minus and we switched around our terms. Excellent. Okay, next step, we're taking out our highest common brackets. And what am I going to be left with?
It equals to n minus 4. Then we have the bracket. Then we have 3m minus 2.
Yes. Excellent. Good. Good, 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 good.
All done.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's try 3 and 4. You know how I like to get more difficult. Sia, I see a hand up. How can I help?
I'd like to try number 3.
You're cracking up a little bit, but I'll try my best to listen to what you're saying. But take it away.
Oh. I said I'd like to try number 3.
Yes. Oh, now I can hear you perfectly. Your sound was not great there, but now I can hear you.
I would like to try.
Yes, you can try number 3. You can do it. I don't think Sia can hear properly. No, I think you can hear. I don't think you can hear me properly. I'm gonna take you through example 3, and then we'll move on to example 4. Okay. Okay. So I see we have an answer coming through in the chat. Beautiful, lovely, lovely answer. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to do our switcheroo. So we're going to say y is a minus b, and we're going to change that negative sign to a plus sign, and we are going to switch around our second brackets. And then we're wanting to take out our common bracket over here. So we're going to take out a minus b, and I'm going to be left with y plus 1. And if you didn't have that plus 1 there, then you are in trouble because it needs to be there, because remember, when we have got 2 terms up here, we need to have 2 terms in our brackets. Okay. Yes, you absolutely can. Please try and explain example 4. It is all yours.
Okay, ma'am. So the first thing I did was to expand my first bracket. Then I kept it the same. And then I changed the sign which then I got negative 2x, a bracket x minus 1.
Beautiful.
Then I took out the same brackets, the same terms,
Yeah.
and it was open bracket x minus 1, and then the big bracket, and then another bracket x minus 1, a smaller bracket minus 2x, and a big bracket.
Good. I'm just going to keep them as small brackets just because the big brackets were confusing people, but what you said was beautiful. And then what is our final answer going to be?
X minus 1 bracket x minus 3x.
So, yes. So just be careful. I think there were some x's chilling over here. Maybe I misheard you, but this would be -1 minus x. I think there was a 3 chilling in there, which didn't need to be there.
Okay, ma'am.
But the rest was beautiful. I think you may have added that too instead of subtracting him. But that was great. Great,
Ma'am?
great. Yeah.
Where did you get the negative x?
Yeah,
So
I get
it's okay. I've got, guys, you must always ask if you're confused. That's what I'm here for. You've got 1x minus 2x, and 1 minus 2 gives you -1.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure, no
Oh,
problem.
there's Unari has a hand up.
Oh, sorry, did I miss a question? No?
Unari?
Oh, I was the one who answered the question.
Oh, you would,
Okay.
yes, you gave us the answer for question 3. Hey, yes, that's absolutely right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys, I know we're zooming through these. I'm sorry. It's just because there's just so much to get through. Let's take a quick break
Ma'am?
and do a quick puzzle. Yeah,
Can you please just go back up for 10 seconds?
sure. Ah, Sia, okay. Yeah, shame. I didn't think you could hear me because we were saying the same things to each other. We're going to take a quick puzzle
Thank
break
you.
and see how our brains are, and then we're going to, yeah. Yes.
Oh, we didn't do factorization.
Are you doing it?
We're doing
No, we're not
factorization.
done yet.
This is all factorization, Orami.
Oh, okay.
We've got to get through the
Oh, I
whole
thought you
grade
said,
9
are we done?
factorization. You did it over like a month and a half last year. We're trying to do it in an hour.
No, it's just like, it's a lot, you know.
I know. That's why we're going to take a quick puzzle break. We're going to do a quick puzzle. It's on the board. Let's see who can get the answer the first. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Sia?
Ma'am, are we supposed to like write the answer down?
Yeah, I
Oh.
want to know what a yellow flower plus a blue flower times a red flower would equal.
Because I got the answer.
102.
Ah, who just yelled it? Who said it?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I was still
She beat you,
talking.
Sia.
Well
Ma'am, I was
done.
still talking.
Yeah, this has been taken from you twice. This happened last year 2 times. You have to just say the answer.
Ma'am, the red one is 2. The blue one is like 10. Yeah, 10. No, 5. The blue one
5.
is 5. And then the yellow one is oh, it can't be 2. Oh, okay.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Fish, I don't know. Fish.
You are right. It is
One.
2.
Guys, you got the right answer. 102 was the right answer. Someone snuck in there and screamed it.
I said it.
Yes, you did. And you used to struggle with these so much last year, and now you're just like smashing them. Guys, the answer was definitely 102. A lot of you are writing the right numbers. You have to give me the answer. Just remember, I need the answers to these dudes. So, okay, let's have a look. So 3 flowers equals 60, which means each, let me just get a better color happening here. Sorry, guys. Which means each of my red flowers needs to be 20, because 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 60. So that means that that's 20, and these need to be the same as each other, so they must each be 5. Because I'm sorry, that needs to be 30, and that means that our yellow one must be 2. And so we land up with 100 plus 2, which is 102.
Ma'am, like I literally had the answer, ma'am.
I know, but you've got to have confidence in yourself and just say it.
Ma'am, I was still breaking it down to you. Then someone just had to steal my victory.
Steal your thunder. It's okay. You can try win it back on Tuesday. Okay, guys, back into factorization mode. We have got 2 more things we need to do. We need to do difference of squares, and then we need to do trinomials. Difference of squares. Dots. Okay. Dots, remember we use the word dots to try and help us identify when we do it. D stands for difference, so that's our minus sign. O is for of. T is for 2, so that means that there must be 2 terms. And S is for squares, so they both need to be square numbers. So there has to be a minus sign, there has to be an of, there have to be 2 terms, and they both have to be square numbers. So let's have a look at this question over here. We've got x squared minus 4. Let's see, is it difference of 2 squares? Okay, difference minus sign, yes. 2, there are 2 terms, yes. Are they both square numbers? Yes, which means I can do difference of 2 squares. When I do difference of 2 squares, I always have 2 brackets. I'm always going to have a plus sign and then a minus sign. And then in the first space of both, oh goodness, we look for the square root of that first term. So the square root of x squared is x, because x times x is x squared. And then for the second part, we look at the square root of the second term. That goes in both of those spaces, which would be 2. So we're going to have x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay, and remember just to double check yourselves to make sure you're on the right track. You don't need to multiply the whole thing out, but make sure you get those right numbers. X times x gives me x squared, and 2 times 2 would give me 4. Okay, I know I did that quite quickly. I just wanted to try and jolt some of your memory. Yeah, I have a
Asanya has a hand up.
Can I try example 2?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna open brackets.
Yeah.
The first bracket you're gonna write 3a minus b. The second one you write 3a plus b.
So we're going to have, lovely. So we're going to have 3a minus b in our first bracket, and then we're going to have 3a plus b in our second bracket. And you could also have written it as 3a plus b, 3a minus b. Totally fine. The most important thing is that we have to have 1 minus and 1 plus. When I multiply those two, so 3a times 3a needs to give us 9a squared, and b times b needs to give us b squared. Do I have a question coming in? I hear someone's unmuted.
Ma'am, can I do example 3?
Yes, I'd love it for you to do example 3.
Ma'am, so you're going to have 2 open brackets.
Yeah. Oh,
And
are you doing
then-
example 4?
No, ma'am, 3.
Oh, so when you say 2 open brackets, you just mean what I've written over there.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, I hear you.
And then you're going to have a minus z
Yeah.
and a plus z in the other bracket.
Beautiful. Yes. And then guys, just check a times a is a squared, z times z is z squared. We've got a minus and we've got a plus. Great. Okay, Canva, example 4 is all yours.
You take out 2.
Good.
Open a bracket. X to the power of 2 minus 16.
Yes.
Then two brackets. X plus 4 bracket X minus 4.
Yes, Canva, well done. Okay, so when we get into harder factorization questions, we always have to say, can we take out the highest common factor? Is there a highest common factor in my two terms? And if there is a highest common factor, we have to take it out first. We're not allowed to do anything before we take it out. Once we've taken it out, then we can look at our question, and like Canva saw here, he said, well, we've got x squared minus 16, which is difference of two squares. And so we can take it another step and factorize out that bracket. Okay, well done, Canva. That was a tricky question. Okay. I'm actually going to jump past 5 and 6 for the moment, and we're going to move into some trinomials. Oh, sorry, did I go too fast? Were people still here? Are we okay? Okay. We're going to move into our trinomials. And trinomials is just a fancy word for 3 terms, okay? And when we have trinomials, we work with the factors of that third term, and we're trying to add them to get to that number in the middle, okay? This is actually quite a nasty question, so I'm going to change it because I want to make something a little bit nicer as our first one. Let's do x squared minus 7x plus 6. Okay, so I don't know if you remember this, but we do our factor pairs when we're working with trinomials. So we're going to look at our factor pair of, in this, always the constant or the third term in your trinomial. And so my factor pairs would be, for example, 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. I don't have any other factor pairs. And a factor pair is just, if I multiply those together, I would have to get 6. Okay. And then we look at those numbers and we think, which pair, the first pair, 1 and 6, or the second pair, 2 and 3, would get me to -7 if I added or subtracted them? So which pair do you think it is? Do you think it's this first pair, or do you think it's the second pair?
First pair.
The first pair. Yeah, guys, it's the first one. So I can see if I have -1 minus 6, -1 minus 6 is going to give me -7. So I can see I want to deal with that pair over there. So I'm going to write that as 2 brackets. We split that x up into both of them. So we have our x and our x, and then we slot in the numbers that we found in our factor pair. So we've got -1 and -6. And it's that simple. So work with our factors of our constant to try and figure out the coefficient of our second term. Okay.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
So it's possible for both the numbers in the brackets to be negatives?
Yes, yes, it absolutely is possible. If this is a plus sign over here, then the signs will be the same as each other. So that's like a way for us to know. I'm just going to write a second one over here that's also not too tough. Let me...
So, ma'am?
Yeah, hello?
If the sign at the back was a negative, would they both be negatives as well?
If the sign at the back was a negative, then one would be a plus and one would be a minus. So this is telling me that they have to be the same, and this is telling me that my signs have to be different.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right, guys, can you give this question here a try for me? Try starting by doing your factor pairs of 16. Who can start telling me some factor pairs of 16? Start with the easiest one. 1 times what gives me 16? Yeah,
16.
1 and 16. Exactly. Okay, give me another one. 2 and? Yeah, 2 and 8. Okay, good. Give me another one. 4 and 4. I think that takes us all of them. Okay. All right, now you're going to look at your factor pairs and which one of them is going to help us get to 6.
2 and 8.
Yes,
2
2
and
and
8.
8. Okay, and I have to get positive 6. So what do my numbers need to look like? Which one's going to be positive and which one's going to be negative?
The first one is going to be negative.
2.
So I want to have positive 8 minus 2 because that's going to give me positive 6, right? If I had negative 8 plus 2, that's going to give me negative 6, which I don't want. So now I know that it's going to be positive 8 and it's going to be negative 2. And so we just chuck that into our bracket. X plus 8, x minus 2. Yeah? So it's coming back too slowly? Trinomials are always the worst, so don't panic. Okay, try 3 for me. And be careful of the sign. And remember what that sign is telling you.
Can I say the answer?
Yes, absolutely.
Open bracket. X plus 5. Close bracket. X minus 1.
5 and 1.
Yes, ma'am. I think.
Careful. We got to work with the factors of 6.
It's 6 minus 1.
6 minus 1. There we go. Plus 6. And then minus 1. Good. Good. Okay.
Well done.
Nice job. Okay. So if we have x plus 6, then we're going to have x plus 6, x minus 1. If you were doing this, I'm just going to write them out. So we're going to have 6 and 1 or 1 and 6, and then we're going to have 2 and 3. And some of you are going to be like, well, why couldn't I use 2 and 3? Because 2 plus 3 is 5. Can someone tell me why I can't use 2 and 3?
Because it doesn't add up to 5.
2 plus 3 gives me 5.
So I mean, like, it does add up to 5, but then, like, it doesn't add up to 6. Like,
Guys, let's let Asange talk through this.
Like, ma'am, it does add up to 5, ne? But, like, it won't give us 6.
2 times 3 gives me 6.
No, ma'am, like, when you add them up or something like that.
Oh, you mean like if I multiplied everything in the end?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. What's the like quick way of me to check to know?
Yeah, because that coefficient it's a negative, means
Yes.
that signs need to be different.
Good,
And
because the
negative
circled
is
thing is a negative, my signs have to be different. And if I use 2 and 3, they would both have to be plus, which means my signs wouldn't be different. Okay. I just want to see how hard. Yes, hello.
Does the biggest factor always get a positive?
No, it depends on what this number is. If that number is a positive, then yes, but if it's a negative, then no. So
So it
that's
doesn't
like
make it-
not a rule that's easy to always remember.
It doesn't make it wrong if the 1 was a positive. If it was x plus 1 and x
That
minus
makes a
6.
big difference. No, because when I look at this, if I'm trying to get positive 5, right? And so if I have 6 minus 1, that's going to give me positive 5. But if I have negative 6 plus 1, that's going to give me negative 5, which I don't want. And so it's very important that the 6 is positive and the 1 is negative.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Okay, I'm going to write another one for you here. I'm going to say x squared plus 7x plus 12.
Ma'am, can I see it?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Asange beat you to it, so go ahead, Asange.
Okay, so ma'am, first you open the brackets.
Yeah.
Then you write x plus 6 and plus 4.
Yeah.
Then you write x plus 3.
Yes. Well done. Okay, so we take our factor pairs of 12. I've got 1 and 12. I've got 2 and 6. I've got 3 and 4. I'm trying to get to 7, and I can see that I'm going to need 3 and 4. This is a plus sign, which means my signs both need to be the same. And so I have x plus 4, x plus 3. Beautiful. Okay. One more. And then I'm trying to think of which one I want to, how mean I want to be. I don't want to be too mean. Okay, this one, it looks complicated, but all I've done is I've tried to trick you by writing it in different order. So start by writing it in the correct order, and then do your trinomial. Yep, absolutely, Sia, don't stress. Okay, so for those of you who are struggling a little bit, I'm just going to help you out by putting it in the right order.
Miss, the answer.
Okay, tell me the answer. Hello?
Okay, so what I did was I opened bracket m plus 9.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes, I like what you've done.
M minus 3.
Yes, beautiful. M plus 9, M minus 3. Nice job, guys. Excellent, excellent. And just like Afense has said in the chat here, for those of you who came late or who got late or sort of stressing, don't panic. You can watch the whole video on the website, and you can start the lesson from the beginning and make your way through. So don't ever stress. Okay, nice job, guys. We managed to get through all of the important stuff of grade 9 factorization in this hour. And what I want to do in these last 7 minutes is, so the product was 6m. Yes, so remember, we're trying to get to that coefficient over there. We're trying to get to that 6 over there, because if I multiply everything out again, let me just show you. So if I say m times m, that's going to give me m squared. M times negative 3 is going to give me negative 3m. Positive 9m, negative 27, which gives me m squared plus 6m minus 27, which is what we started with. Yeah.
At my school, right, we're doing advanced quadratic trinomial. Is it the same as this what we're doing now?
No, sweetheart, that's what we're going to do on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We just needed to make sure you understood all of the basics first, and then we can jump into the grade 10 factorization on Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am.
I will come back. I'll go up so you can see that question now. But what you have today is your quiz day. So I just want to make sure everyone can get on the quiz. You need to go back to that There's a link that Mr. Shongwe is going to post on the chat for you, and that will, you can just click on that link and it'll take you to your quiz. And you need to do that today. So we do our quizzes every Thursday. And then Canva, I'll take you back up to the one that I erased because it was a nasty one to start with. But you can have a look at it now.
No, ma'am, I asked you, like, can you please do it for us? Like, show us how it's done.
I think you can do it though. Do you feel scared of this one? Do you not think you can give it a try?
Yes, ma'am, I can't give it a try. It's hard.
Okay. Okay, I'll help you with this one. So for those of you who are struggling, please just listen up. But then also just have a look at where Mr. Shongwe has posted the link for the quiz that you need to get done tonight. Okay. So let's have a look. We've got a coefficient of 1 here and a coefficient of 1 there, which means that our only factor pair that we can use is 1 and 1. All right, so far what we know is we know we're going to have an x there, and we know we're going to have an x there. This is a plus sign, which means our signs are going to be the same as each other, and we're trying to get positive 2, and we're dealing with numbers 1 and 1. So obviously we're going to have plus 1 and plus 1. But now the problem is we've got this y squared chilling over there, and we haven't dealt with it. We haven't put it anywhere. And so now what we have to do is we have to say y and y, so that we have x plus 1y, x plus 1y, and then if we multiply it out, we'll get x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Asange, there is absolutely no problem if you wrote it the other way around.
Thank you.
No problem, Canva. Ashlyn, don't panic with this question just yet. We're going to dive into some trickier trinomials in our lesson on Tuesday, and I will deal with this concept on Tuesday again. So don't stress if you're feeling a little bit lost at the moment. Okay, so what I'm wanting everyone to do now is to click on the link in the chat. I'm just going to post it again so that it is right in front of your eyes. You're going to click on this link. You are going to do the quiz. You are going to get beautiful, beautiful marks, and just try your best. Don't try and just rush through them. Like try do them as well as you can. Okay. But guys, don't stress if there's things that you don't understand. Remember, the whole point of these lessons is for us to learn and to ask questions and to try things and to make mistakes. So just do your best. That's all I want from you. And once you have clicked on the link, you can do the quiz. If you have problems clicking on the link, please let us know so we can help you in the chat. And if you haven't had a problem and you're fine, then good luck. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. So goodbye to everyone who's managed to get on the quiz. And if you haven't,